Hi and welcome back to this, the second part. We're talking about records. So this is where we got to last time, where we set up this individual record. But the truth is that an individual record itself is, well, kind of useless, to be perfectly frank with you, because although we're keeping all the information together, people name, register class, and people ID, we could have just done that with 3 separate variables. So what's the point of having the record? Why have it? Well, actually, just like a database, it's better when you have more than one record. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at creating an array of records. Now, when we go ahead and we create an array of records, it's exactly the same as we have when we've been creating arrays up to now. Now, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to just keep it all at the top level, so it's all just going to be global for what I'm doing, but I'm not going to have any functions, procedures, or anything like that in it just now anyway. So it kind of makes sense just to work on it here. So first thing we need to do is we need to set up a class. So we're going to set up a class array, okay? And the class array is going to be an array and of type pupil. So we go ahead, we put in pupil, then we go ahead and we set up the default values. So, and what I'm going to do is going to put x plus 1 in here. Then for x in range, and then whatever the size is of this particular class, I'm going to make it 10 pupils, so I don't have that many in it. So to break down this line, what it's going to do is, just like before, this is the type of data we are setting as default inside the array, and you see what we're actually doing is we're creating it with the nothing for the pupil name, nothing for the pupil's register class, and for the pupil's ID it's just going to be x plus 1. In other words, it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go ahead and start to fill this with information, and the easiest way to fill it with information is we could just simply do something like class array brackets 0 equals, and then we could just fill it in, you know. So we can then just, for example, go like pupil brackets Bob at 1L1, and this would be ID that. Okay, and if I go ahead and I print class array 0, and you know what, let's just print a couple of these. What it's going to do here is it's going to print out first of all the whole of the class array, which is all different ones that are in it, and then it's going to go ahead and it's going to display it. So I'll just cut that from there, move it up to here, so you can kind of see this doing what we want it to. So we hit run. All things are equal, and as long as I've not made any big fingered mistakes, here's what we've got. So you can see that we now have an array with all this record, the pupil record in each one, and you'll see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go ahead and at this first one we're going to have here. Now that doesn't look nice, so obviously we wouldn't want to use it like that. So what we can simply do is as follows: we go print class array 0 dot name, okay, and we can just do exactly the same thing again. Class array 0 dot reg class. So now when we run it, oh, I've got my commas, bad me. So now when we do it, we can go ahead and we can see how it looks. This is called dot notation. So what we're actually doing is we're saying this particular point in the array, the name value for that in this case is Bob, and for this particular part of the array, the reg class value is 1L1, and then the whole thing then just displayed. That means we can actually make massive changes really quickly to it, because we can simply do things like, for X in range len class array, and we can do print what is pupil, comma, and then we can just do class array brackets X, oops, pupil ID, name. Okay, and we can then store that, where we simply have class array X dot name equals input brackets and then I'll go ahead and I'll do exactly the same thing, except I'll just print it afterwards. So it's just pupil 1 is class array X dot name. I really hope this is still recording. Okay, so let's see if the whole thing works. So what is pupil 1's name? I may as well do it. Bob, Sue, Mary, Frank, Robert. Oh, I missed one. Robert, Michael, James, Snail, Morak. Okay, and you'll then see I missed number 5 as I said, but I typed it. So there it goes. So that is the benefit of using it, because now we can access all this information and we can pull it out in a way that's easy to read. Okay, where the X just allows us to go through the array, same as it does for any other array we've ever used, but by using dot notation we can now pull out the name of the pupil and even the pupil's ID. Okay, and the last thing you'd have to do is fill in the pupil's class. So, and you could do that just inside this loop as well. So there you go, an array of records, and that's it for today.